Hi everybody and welcome to part number 31 of our walkthrough on Ride 2. That is absolutely crazy. I can't believe we've done 31 videos on this game. Now in today's episode guys, we're testing out another DLC bike. Now this bike is going to be extreme. It's one of the highest CC bikes in the garage and it's going to be really hard to handle. I don't think the handling is that great on it, and let's get straight into what bike I'm talking about. So here we go guys. And the bike is the KAWASAKI ZZR1400. Now this bike is an absolute beast, a bit like the Suzuki Hayabusa. It is absolutely huge. It's not going to handle very well, but the straight line speed is going to be crazy. The acceleration is going to be crazy. So let's get straight into some racing on this absolute monster. So here we go. Right guys, this is the tour we're going to race in. Now the Kawasaki comes in under that performance points. I'm not sure what bikes we're going to come up against. We're going to try Monza. It's got some difficult corners and some long straights. So we've only got 745 performance points and that's maxed out. So I'm not sure what we're going to come up against. It's going to be really interesting. Let's get straight into the race. Right guys, so here we go with Monza. Let's have a look what we're up against. Super Dukes. So it's a bit of a mixture of naked bikes and a couple of other bikes in the same category. I think we'll leave anti-wheelie on full. This bike has got so much power. Let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with our first experience on this Kawasaki. Now we haven't adjusted any of the settings, so we haven't altered the gear ratio, so it might not be on its highest ratio, so it won't show its highest top end, but let's see what the acceleration's like. And oh my god, it's like a bloody rocket. It's absolutely humongous as well, but what's it going to be like in the slow corner? It's got decent brakes though. Slow it down. Oh, it feels a little bit awkward. Be careful, don't overgas it. Out of the corners and off we go. We should absolutely fire away from the field. We're definitely going to have better acceleration and top end, but the corners is where they're going to be better than me, so that's where I'm going to find that they're going to catch up. Let's slow it down. We've got awesome brakes on this bike. It carries so much weight, so it's going to need, and obviously because of its speed, it's going to need good brakes. And we're just holding the lead at the moment, but being really careful in the corners. The back end feels really unstable. It doesn't feel like it's gonna want to me to accelerate too hard out the corners, and again it's bobbed up slightly as I tried, but as soon as you open the throttle it just rockets. It's an absolute beast, this bike. I would like to have a go on one of these in a straight line. I don't think I would like to race it. I think it would be really difficult. Right, slow it down, be really careful. We're just holding the lead just because of our superior acceleration, and they're keeping up with me. I'm not pulling away completely, but this is where I'm going to probably totally annihilate them. And look at the map there. I'm starting to pull away. They're not going to be able to touch me with the top end speed on this bike, but like I said, I haven't adjusted the gear ratio, so it's probably not on its highest, so I'm not sure what maximum speed it's going to be capable on the default settings. But look at that, we're starting to pull away. This is where we're going to just show our superior power, and this should help us because we're going to slow down a lot into the corners anyway, because it doesn't handle a lot. It almost maxed out on about 175, so it's probably only on I reckon it's only on about 4, and yeah, you can move the gear ratio up to 6, so it probably has got, I reckon this bike will do, it's got to do around the 200 mark, I would have thought. But look at that, we're just holding that lead. It doesn't actually feel that too bad in the corners. I mean, it's understeering slightly, but I haven't adjusted any of the settings, but the acceleration just makes up for it. That's right, let's be careful. And the brakes are bloody good as well. That is what I'm finding. If I was to choose something on the bike that I want to be really high, it's braking power. It helps so much. So you can go that little bit quicker into the corners and stop the bike. As you can see, it's really, I'm using a lot more front end brake to obviously turn it into the corners, but that's why you can see it's obviously bobbing up at the back, so I don't use so much back brake because it's a little bit unstable, but I'm getting away with it, and we're just holding that lead. Let's slow it down. As you can see, look, it's bobbing up again, just using that front brake just to slow it down and get it nicely turned in. and it's quite precise actually, considering of its weight and size. I mean, the overall handling was, I think, what was it, 8.2, 8.3, so it's probably the same sort of handling as the R1 was, but is it going to compete against bikes like that? I reckon this bike could compete against bikes with a much higher performance points. We're definitely going to have to test that out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in today's episode, but we have got a few bikes that we want to do a few more experiments on. I don't think the performance points always reflects the bike, but later in the walkthrough we will test that out for definite. Right, slow it down. We're definitely going to win this race as long as we don't come off. It's just, you've got the time against the bikes in this field. We've got the time to just take that little bit less speed into the corners and just use the acceleration and top end just to regain the lead and just keep on pulling away. Actually, I didn't think it would be this much ahead, to be honest. I thought it would be a little bit closer. There is some fast bikes in this race. There is a lot of naked bikes, but I think there was an F4 in this race, but I'm not sure how far back that was in the field. It's definitely not close behind. I think there's a few Aprilias that are pretty decent, and Super Dukes are pretty decent as well. I absolutely love the Super Duke, to be honest. That's an awesome, powerful bike, but it's nothing like this for acceleration, I don't think. I mean, I think the top end speed on this was 10. That's the highest it can be. Right, slow it down. We have just improved on this lap. Just using that front brake to turn it in. We did slow down slightly there onto the curb. Be careful that we don't overdo it. And accelerate again. It is so, even in fourth, fifth gear, it's still accelerating really, really quickly. Definitely impressed by this bike. And I do like the fact all these DLC packs are offering all these really, really different bikes. At the end of the video, we will go through a few more DLC bikes I still haven't covered yet, and you'll be able to pick one that you want me to show on the channel very, very soon. And there you go, guys. We take the victory. Right, I might try this in a different event and see what it's like. Maybe a circuit that is a little bit harder, tougher corners, and really, really test it out. I didn't find the handling that bad, to be honest, guys. I really didn't. It's definitely worth trying. But yeah, let's get into the next event and see if we can get another win. So here we go. Let's get straight into it. Right, guys, we're going to try this event. It's a track day overtake around Donington Park. This should be interesting. So let's get straight into it, guys. So here we go. Right, so we need to get 20 overtakes, and I'm going to do this in first person just to see what this bike's like on board. This is going to be crazy. Right, slow it down, get a nice turn. Oh god, a little bit too tight, being careful. Just using more front brake than back brake, but this bike, oh my god, accelerates so quick. They're just going to see a green blur going past them. And again, slow it down. Those awesome brakes, using a little bit more front brake into that corner. Holding first gear around that corner. Crazy power. Right, keep on just powering it down the hill. Just being careful into the corners, holding a decent speed. And again, just absolutely flying past these bikes. Got to be careful we don't crash into any of them. And that's easy enough round there. Just holding that speed. A little bit jittery as I'm slowing it down. Be careful. The back end just felt like it was sliding slightly there. Just trying not to touch the back brake too much. And again, just flying past these bikes. We're up to 7 overtakes already. Probably going to have to do a couple of laps probably to get 20. Right, open that throttle again. Oh my god. Can we overtake this bike before we get into this corner? Yes, no problem. And there's another one. Slow it down, slow it down. Awesome brakes. Yes, we managed to stop it on a sixpence. And, oh god, almost a little bit of contact there, but we managed just to calm it down. Oh god, that front wheel almost went up. Just had to hold it down. But, yeah, it stops so damn quick, this bike does. Right, let's try and get up the inside. Let's sneak up the inside. Oh god, really had to use a bit of skill there to turn a bike that doesn't like, that's not very good handling, right into that corner. And actually avoided. Can we do that again? Get nice and tight and get up the inside. Yes, you can. Oh my god, this Kawasaki, although it's a massive bike, the handling ain't that great. It does handle okay, as long as you just don't over brake into the corners and you go in there at the right speed, because it's so smooth because of the power of the bike. Right, just hold it and accelerate, get that front wheel down, and we're up to 15 overtakes. Not many more, but actually I quite like it in this view. This is a really, really good view. I think we'll do one more race after this event, and then we will get into what DLC bikes are left to try out. So let's see if we can just finish this off without making any mistakes. Again, just flew past that bike. 2 more overtakes. Let's see if we can... Oh god, almost lost it there. See, there it does show. It is a little bit hard to handle at times, but we managed to get away with that one. Right, one more overtake. Can we just squeeze past this bike on the corner? I think we can, and there we go. 20 overtakes. With a little bit of time to spare, but oh my god, I love this bike. I really do. I didn't think I would. I thought, you know, it's going to be hard to handle, it's going to be awkward, difficult to ride, but it's actually okay. So we're going to do one more race, and then we're getting to the other DLC bikes, like I said. So here we go, guys. Let's see if we can... Actually, I'm going to choose a circuit that's going to be really, really difficult for this bike and see what it's like. So here we go. Right, guys, we're going to try this Argentina circuit. Now, this circuit's got some decent areas where the top end's going to come into play, but some really challenging corners, which really will throw this bike out. Let's see if it can handle it. So here we go, guys. Right, let's see what we're up against in this race. Oh, the Aprilia. That's an awesome bike, that is. That's going to be quite quick. Some more Super Dukes. I think I'm going to put anti-wheelie on high this time, just to see if we can handle it like that. So I think we can. So let's get straight into the race. Right, guys, this should be an interesting race. Now, this circuit is very, very challenging and could be difficult, but we'll see if we can do it. Let's see if we can get a good start. We know this bike bombs off pretty quick, but I think those Aprilias are going to give it a run for its money. They're pretty quick. That's another DLC bike, which we absolutely loved. We did a few races on that not long ago. Yeah, definitely try those Ducatis out, guys. It's definitely one of the best naked bikes that I've tried. Very strong in its category. That's not bad. Let's just try and stick with them. They're going to be far better in the corners. Let's try and get a nice turn into there. Oh god, not as tight as I'd like. Oh god, I'm going to touch the curb, but we just managed to just hold that, and we're up to P3. Let's see if we can just stay with these bikes. And we're not able to use our superior top end just yet. We might on this section. Can we just hold the speed? We should be able to get past this bike. Yes, powered past it. There you go, that power. And just sitting behind the Aprilia. Let's see if we can slow it down. Just try and hold it. And to see if we can get past him in one of these corners. But we're not as good into the corners. And that section right at the end of this circuit is going to be very, very difficult for this bike. But we will see if we can manage it. Oh god, back end bobbed up slightly there, lost a bit of speed. But we're sticking in second place. Now this is where the bike's going to struggle. Right, slow it down. The brakes are pretty decent, but no, it's not going to turn in very well. Oh god, just made contact with another bike. Oh, that was lucky. I almost took myself off and the other bike. But we just managed to regain ourselves. I knew this would be difficult for this bike round here, but we've managed to regain ourselves. We've only dropped one place. See if we can just keep up with them and try, and we need to do better through this section on the second lap. But I knew it would be pretty tough through there because this bike is quite heavy. Doesn't turn really, really tight. But let's see if we can just stick with them, and we need to overtake them before that section, I think. I don't think we're going to get past them through there. They're definitely going to be quicker through there. And we're just coming to the end of the first lap, which hasn't been too bad, but we know where we can push this bike now. And again, like I said, on this circuit, I'm not really getting to use a lot of the top end, but just the acceleration. But it's not the best handling bike in the race, not by far. The Ducati, not the Ducati, I keep saying that. The Aprilia right at the front is an awesome handling bike. And if you've got the DLC, you'll know what I mean. I did a race round it on the Nordschleife, and it was absolutely supreme. It really is a very good handling bike, very quick. and really, really good fun. But a very, very expensive bike to buy. I mean, consider it's not a hyper bike, which are mostly the most expensive bikes. It is a very, very expensive bike. Right, let's see if we can get up the inside again of this one. And let's get close to this Aprilia in front. But to be honest, guys, have you ever known a cheap Aprilia? They are very, very expensive bikes. And so are KTMs. I would love to get an RC8, and I went to have a look at the price of them, even second-hand ones. Oh my god, so expensive. But I suppose you pay for what you get. Right, let's slow it into that corner. Really struggling to keep up with this Aprilia through these sections. Now we've got to nail this section. We cocked it up on the last lap. Let's try and get a bit tighter in. And again, we've gone in there a little bit too hot, but we've managed just to turn it in and recover. But can we get a little bit closer through there? Can't get as tight. And drive up the hill. Got a little bit of contact there, but we just managed to get past. And try and slow it down into this section. Is it going to come up the inside? I think it will. No, we managed to hold it with that awesome acceleration. But that was close. Now it's going to just be a fight on the last lap. I'm going to do my best to try and hold it at bay through the corners. But I might just have to let it go. If it goes up the inside, we'll let it go and just try and get it on the straights where we know we're slightly quicker. And that's not bad through there. Coming to the end of this second lap. And we are just holding our own. And that's awesome. And let's just see if we can just hold it into this last lap. See if we can do a faster time as well. That would be awesome. Right, let's just slow it down into there. Nice and tight. All touched a little bit of curb there, but we managed just to hold it. And just try and absolutely far away on this section. And it's just veering off slightly as I tried to tap the power on. We're just holding the lead, and we're actually slower at that point. And we tried, oh god, the brakes worked that time. Got it nice and tight into them. That apex there, and absolutely firing it off now. And we're just starting to pull away, which is awesome. If we can carry on doing that into that slow sections, we should be okay. We don't want them right close behind, because I think it may be a little bit tricky if they come up the inside, because we do go out really wide in that section, and we are slightly faster at that point, so we have improved slightly on this last lap. Let's see if we can just carry that on to the end and see if we can put in a faster time. And we have got a decent gap, and that's going to be perfect coming into this really difficult section. Right, we've got to nail this as well. Let's slow it down, get tight in. Oh god, we lost it there. We didn't get nice and tight in there. They probably caught up slightly, but we should be okay as long as we stop this really, really quickly. Leave the brake really late, and we are still running a little bit quicker. And that was a much better through there for this bike. And that's, hopefully we don't muck it up through there. Get nice and tight and accelerate. Awesome. I think we're going to be okay as long as we don't muck up these last couple of corners. And that's not too bad through there. Holding the lead. And it looks like we're going to get another victory as we pull away again. But this bike is very, very good. Very good fun. Awesome. I didn't think I'd like it as much as this, but it is a very, very good bike to have a go on. And get nice and tight into there. Coming to the end. And this is a lot quicker than the last lap. This should be our quickest lap of the race. Let's do a little bit of a wheelie to show the power. And that should be it, guys. And we finish. Awesome. Another awesome race on the Kawasaki ZZR1400. Right, guys, now we're going to jump in and have a look at 4 other DLC bikes you can vote for the next episode. Now, these are 4 that we haven't tried yet, so get your votes in via Twitter, Facebook, in the comments. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we're going to jump straight into having a look at the bikes that you can choose from right now, guys. So here we go. Also, guys, I want to just say I've got a Facebook group. The links are in the description below. If you want to join the group, you can upload your own videos, your own pictures. You can chat to other gamers about motorbike games, car games, anything gaming related. Feel free to join the page. I mean, I post my videos and my pictures on there, but you can do the same. Like I said, the link is in the description below. It's just a way just to build up a little community. You can share tips, tricks. Yeah, just have a chat with other gamers. It's another way, as well as in the comments on Twitter. And yes, just feel free to choose. But those are the 4 bikes, guys. Let me know in the comments below which one you would like, and I will see you soon.